She thinks everything would be fine if I just stopped playing video games and moved in with her. So I'm still mad, but she's already here, so I might as well listen to her and let her cook something for me.
How you can tell somebody's just not ready to lose the weight. Season 2, Episode 3, Family by the Ton.
You gotta be so good that they can't ignore you, especially the ones that ain't done shit for you. Yeah, you know exactly what I mean. They stab you in the back and then they ask why you're bleeding. I don't trust words, I trust actions. I don't care what you heard, I'm not slacking.
My name is Alan Roberts, and this is Everyday Day Fitness. Like, subscribe, click the notification bell right over here. Share my videos. Thank you very much. Check out my second channel, Alan Roberts. In my opinion, of course, it's going to be linked above and below and all those places. So that was Casey from Family by the Ton, Season 2, Episode 3, talking about how his mother wants him to quit video games. On this episode, to catch you up, this show, Family by the Ton, it's on TLC Network, should be on every network. We are in the throes of an obesity epidemic, and it is becoming a worldwide epidemic, but America is definitely in the throes of an obesity epidemic, where we are just getting fatter and fatter and fatter. And this show highlights the outcome of that. It's an entire family of morbidly obese people that are getting gastric bypass surgeries together, like in a pact, getting them together. Now, I have been very critical of gastric bypass surgeries. I am not a fan. I'm not a fan of gastric bypass surgeries because I don't believe it teaches them the skills they need to remain healthy, to get healthy. However, I do understand that when a person reaches 700 pounds, which is what Casey is, the concept of getting a gastric bypass surgery to save their life is very, very, very important. Now, I do believe the doctor on this show is amazing. I believe he talks a lot about, changing what they eat, getting exercise. They make the person go see a psychiatrist. I do believe the psychiatrist is kind of trying to see if they could possibly lose the life-saving amount of weight without the surgery. Like if they're capable of it. If they're capable of it, I believe he's going to deny them. If he realizes that they are of fortitude to the point where they are just such a food addict that they cannot do it without gastric bypass surgery, that's when I think they approve him. I think that they go to the psychiatrist and they try to seem as normal as possible about their weight, and they can't fake it because they're 700 pounds, and the issues that fly out of their mouths that I don't believe they even realize, and most morbidly obese people don't realize, obviously show that they cannot do it on their own. Now, this episode highlighted something to me that I see all the time when I coach people online to help morbidly obese people get to healthy weights, and I see this all the time, even with my delivery. Because if you're not familiar with my other videos, if you're only watching this series and you're thinking I don't swear anymore with that, I egregiously swear in my other videos. I'm not in these videos because I want to have the largest range of audiences possible, from little kids and on up, if possible, But I am very blunt with my delivery, always. And I tell people very, very clearly the state they're in. I do not sugarcoat anything for these people. I do not believe in it because I believe society does that enough, which is why we are actually in the throes of the obesity epidemic. It's because people just want to say it's okay, and no, you're not too big, and it's totally normal to eat an extra large pizza. I believe that people want to they just want everything to be okay, and the end result is that nothing is okay. So when people come to me, they're normally very, very ready to lose weight. They normally are. I don't think they're ready for what actually entails afterwards, but they're very, very ready to lose weight. They just don't necessarily realize everything involved. This gentleman, Casey on the show, in this episode highlighted to me a person that is not doing this. He's not on this show. He's hoping he gets denied, in my opinion. If you haven't watched the episode, please do watch the episode, Family by the Ton, Season 2, Episode 3. And please do comment below whether you agree with me or not. I see a person that is trying to make sure that they do not get approved for surgery. I see a person that is trying to make sure that they don't go through with it. I see a person that is looking for any reason not to have it. He has listed off multiple times how he fears the surgery. He might just not wake up from the surgery, knowing full well he is 700 pounds and on any given morning could just not wake up. When you're 700 pounds, you are actively dying. They show him with a CPAP, a sleep apnea machine on, and as a reality, people, obstructive sleep apnea happens to many obese people, many obese people. Sleep apnea is one of the reasons why I knew that even keeping extra weight on to be stronger, to try to lift heavy weight, that's how I knew it was time to give that up. That's how I knew it was time to lose 50, 60, 70 pounds to not be heavy, to not be what was, I'm sure I was in the obese range, for my health, because I was not healthy. If you cannot stay asleep, sleep is such a vital, important part of your life. If you cannot stay asleep, you are unhealthy. If you need to have pressurized air pushed into your lungs with a machine while you sleep to actually breathe and sleep, without that machine, you could die. I mean, people toss strokes from sleep apnea, obstructive sleep apnea, fairly often. It is a real thing. This gentleman could not wake up on any given day. Yet he is looking for every reason not to. At one point in time, both his parents talked to him about not playing video games as much, because he literally, in the first episode, says he wakes up, plays video games naked all day because clothes don't fit him, plays video games naked all day on his bed. That's his activity. And his mother is trying to get him to not play video games, and he literally goes into this tirade about how he'd always play video games, even if he had a family, and even if no matter what, even if he had a family of 7 and weighed 200 pounds, he'd always want to play video games. And then she talks to him about exercising afterwards, because he says, I could do hand weights in between, I could schedule a game, blah blah blah. And she says, we could do hand weights right after we eat, and he's like, probably not. I mean, he's looking for every reason not to, if you ask me. Everything is everybody else's fault. And Casey, if you're watching, this is not me hating on you, man. This is me. I hope that this season does see you succeed and get healthy. I really do, because I feel for you, dude. You are in your own self-made prison of fat. That is what happens to morbidly obese people. When you weigh 300, 400, 500 pounds, you are imprisoned in fat. You cannot move. It weighs you down literally. You cannot move. You cannot breathe as well as you can. Your joints hurt all the time because of the extra weight. You are imprisoned in fat. I hope to see you escape, Casey. I do. I truly do. And trust me on it, I will be the first one when this season is over, if you have lost weight, to celebrate it. I really will, because I feel for these people. I really, really do. But this gentleman does not appear like he wants to. He is looking for every excuse not to. He wants to play video games. Even if I have a family of 7, including myself, and everything like that, I want to play video games. Buddy, that's not the real world. If you have a family if you have 5 kids and a wife, you are not going to be playing video games. You are not going to have time to play video games. He talks about even when I was younger, I took enjoyment from video games. Maybe that's the issue. Maybe you need to get some activity in your life. This is the problem. People are not ready to hear this. That's why the fat acceptance movement and the body positivity movement and all these things, that's why people love that stuff, because they are not ready to hear it. They are not ready to hear that they have damaged their body. They are not ready to hear that they have put themselves in an unhealthy state. They are not ready to accept the responsibility of what they've done to themselves, and they are definitely not ready to take the very, very hard steps it would be moving forward. This gentleman talks it would be impossible to lose weight for him. Impossible. He does lose 11 pounds in this episode, and I don't know the time frame of the episodes, but he does lose 11 pounds. And he's like, "Ooh, going in the right direction." At the very beginning, his first weigh in on this episode, he lost like a pound. To bring this to light, what people should think about. This gentleman weighs 700 pounds. Even if he does not get up at all in the course of the day, he could eat 2,000 calories, and probably lose a pound a day. His base metabolic rate is probably somewhere around 5,500 kilocalories. It probably is. It is. He could easily lose weight if he monitored what's going in his mouth. He is not ready to. So at the very beginning, he did not lose barely any weight, and the doctor was a little pissed at him. And then he lost about 11 pounds, which again, that for a person that size, I just would like to point out, for a person that size, that could literally be a fluctuation of their bowels and hydration level. That for a person that size, very, very easily. I would imagine that a person that size, their body weight can fluctuate. If your body weight can fluctuate, by even 2-3% in a day, 2 or 3% for this gentleman is 20 pounds. 14 to 20 pounds just on hydration. So to look at it that way, I'm glad he's lost some weight, but he highlights how literally self-sabotaging many obese people can be. They self-sabotage themselves. They put themselves in bad situations where they are around food they shouldn't be around. You're a food addict. You shouldn't be around food. That is literally like a bartender being an alcoholic. You need a new job. You just do. Chances are you're going to slip. You're going to take a drink. Just reality. I mean, being food addiction is the hardest addiction there is, if you ask me. It just is. And I remember when I tried to quit smoking. Quitting smoking for me, because I used to be a smoker, many years ago. Quitting smoking for me was like trying to quit breathing. It really was. It was horrible. It was horrific. It was one of the hardest things I've ever done. But I can do it by not smoking cigarettes. If you're a food addict, you got to eat. I mean, like it's this constant battle where they have to do the thing that they're addicted to in smaller portions. That's a very hard thing that they need to be ready to do. And he is absolutely, in my opinion, of course, not ready to do. Now, I do hope, and I will be making a video about this every episode, because again, if you are not watching this show, go watch it. Go watch it. Even if you hate it, you will see the behaviors of people you know in that show. You will see the behaviors of people from your life in the people in that show. And you will realize that they are in danger. You will realize that this could become their life. You really would. You really will. I say it all the time. I would rather tell people the truth and hurt their feelings than watch them die by telling them a lie. And that's just my 2 cents in the matter. My name is Alan Roberts. This is Every Damn Day Fitness. Hit me up on Instagram at Every Damn Day Fitness. Hit me up on Twitter at Every Day Fitness. I'm also on Facebook at Every Damn Day Fitness. On my internet at everydamndayfitness.net. We need to start telling the truth to obese people. God damn.